Too Dear by Leo Tolstoy. The story takes place in Monaco, a tiny picturesque kingdom on the Mediterranean coast near France and Italy. Although Monaco has only about 7,000 residents and very limited land, it operates like any larger kingdom with a king, or kinglet, palace, ministers, generals, a bishop, and even an army of 60 men. However, due to its small size, traditional taxation doesn't generate enough revenue to maintain its royal lifestyle. To solve this, Monaco relies on a gambling house, the only legal one remaining in Europe at the time. This roulette-based establishment attracts gamblers from all over, and the prince collects a share of its profits, sustaining his kingdom's economy. It's a morally questionable but effective source of income. The story takes a turn when a murder is committed in Monaco, a rare and shocking event. The legal machinery kicks in with full formality. Judges, lawyers, and juries conduct a proper trial, and the criminal is sentenced to death by beheading. But there's a problem. Monaco has no guillotine and no executioner. The government writes to France, who offers both for 16,000 francs, too costly for such a small kingdom. Italy is then approached and quotes a slightly lower price of 12,000 francs, but even that seems excessive. The prince and his ministers are reluctant to spend so much money to kill one man. After much deliberation, they change the sentence to life imprisonment. This, too, becomes expensive. A special guard is needed, and the prisoner must be fed from the royal kitchen. The total cost adds up to 600 francs per year, and the man is young, he might live another 50 years, which means 30,000 francs in total. The financial burden continues to grow. Trying to save money, the ministers remove the guard, assuming the prisoner will escape. But the man, surprisingly, continues to stay voluntarily in prison, fetching his food himself, locking the door behind him, and refusing to leave. Eventually, the government offers to release him, but he refuses to go. His logic is straightforward. They've ruined his reputation, he has nowhere to go, and he's grown used to not working. He insists on staying unless they pay him. In the end, Monaco agrees to pay him a yearly pension of 600 francs, the same amount it was costing to keep him imprisoned. He takes 1/3 in advance, moves just outside Monaco, buys land, and starts a peaceful life as a market gardener. He returns regularly to collect his pension and occasionally gambles at the casino. Themes and takeaways. 1. Absurdity of bureaucracy. The story satirizes how government systems, even in tiny states, can become tangled in protocol, cost, and indecision. 2. Moral hypocrisy. The prince lives off gambling, a socially harmful activity, yet is concerned about the cost and ethics of an execution. 3. Value of human life versus economics. The title, Too Dear, reflects not only the monetary cost of the execution and imprisonment, but the broader idea of assigning financial value to justice. 4. Irony and satire. Tolstoy uses dry humor and irony to expose the ridiculousness of the situation, ultimately showing that the criminal is the most practical person in the story.